Welcome back, everybody, to the new episode of Mr. Garza's Art Lessons. Today we are going to be drawing Wonder Woman. We're doing the same Bruce Timm version that we've been doing, the Justice League type. Right now what I have is the stick figure ready for y'all. This way we don't spend too much time on that. So if you need to go ahead and pause it. At this time, probably you may be starting to develop how to just draw it regularly, but if you want to just draw a stick figure this way, you map out where your character's going to be, and go ahead and start doing that, because I still do that a lot of times. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start Wonder Woman. I'm going to go ahead and draw it in pencil, and then I'm going to skip to it to show you the final product. If you need, I will explain more as we go, but we don't want to waste too much time. So we're going to start with connecting parts. As you see with the stick figure, we're going to have her in like kind of an action pose. So we're going to always start with the neck. So see my neck wise right there. And right around there, there's going to be the shoulder. So we're going to try to give it kind of a curve up right there. Okay, and remember, we're going to be erasing the stick figure, so just always keep that in mind. Right there. When you do female and girl anatomy, female anatomy, sometimes they do have a little bit muscle, but they have less. It looks like it's less muscle than the males. Like when you see like Superman or Batman, it's more juiced up with heavy muscle. For Wonder Woman, she does have some muscle. However, they're not as, abnormously big. So, keep that in mind when you do that. So when you do the hand, you're going to do like an action kind of punch. So I'm going to kind of get the figures right. And bear in mind, you can always stop and go back anytime you wish, just so you know where, just so you know that you can always go back and rewind, so this way you don't miss anything. Kind of give like a punch type thing, or you give a jab from the fist. Got a little fingernail because she is a woman, so she's gonna have some. All these little attributes, they're gonna be more noticeable. Okay. So let's get them out and then we'll start adding the details. So we did the same way here. We're gonna go more down this way. And kind of connect, match even with her shoulder right there. And again, kind of just more like connecting to the circle when you picture that. When they look a little bit more smaller, like a little more depth, that's where you're trying to create more of a depth field. So if, for example, I'm trying to make her more of this pop out than the other part so much. So do the same thing with the fingers. This way we'll do more of that. And if you don't mind, you'll always be like erasing the little parts, like right around there for the fist, just kind of make it even, and then like the stick figure inside. You can always rewatch some of my other videos for that part of the lesson. It always comes back in handy. And occasionally I may start pausing when I need to erase. This way, because you already know what parts you're going to need to erase, so like mostly just the stick figure. If you need to kind of just redo a form, I may start pausing that. And this way you can, we don't waste too much time on that part. So. right there we're going to kind of give a curve, and I've already started pulling most of that, so we're going to kind of give, you know, the detail of the body. Now you don't want to make it, they're more, female superheroes are a little more slender than the masculine ones, like I said. You don't want to make them too curvy on some parts and aspects, so just keep that in mind. There are a lot of artists that do make there, but we're not going to do that in this certain lessons, just because most of my audience is our children, and you know we're not going to get in trouble for that. Okay, so we're going to do the legs, kind of connect them right there. We're just going to kind of mirror them over and go down, and then we'll kind of give like the knee, and that's kind of sort of the way you want that joint to be right there. That way you get to the connect right there. Now you can't make it too big, but you can't make it too slim either, so keep that in mind. In the boot, and you just kind of connect it over, mirrored over. Now Wonder Woman has some high heels, so when you do make that, just kind of give a heel, go up right there, and then down, and then kind of give a curve, and then kind of curve right there. So she does wear, you know, more type heel shoes, and it just kind of gets. So we're going to connect it over. We're going to do the other leg. Then get more of this finger, similar way. Since we have the thing right there, that's what we'll map out our knee. Right around there. Then curve over right here for her joint, her calf muscle. And then more of a slim one right there. And this one, depending on the angle, you're not going to get to see the heel, so we can just make one where it's just a simple foot, like, and it's just kind of curve over, down, curve up, and then right there. So that'll be part of the basic when you work. Let me make her boot a little bit bigger right here. I can say that for a detail. I can say this for a detail. Sometimes when I notice something's a little too small, a little too big, I'll go back to erase it and fix it. Sometimes I won't be able to. And it just depends. Like, you know, I always see some and I always kind of fix things too. So, okay, so we basically got her basic anatomy, which I think this is a little too big, in my opinion. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Apologies. So now we're going to add the details onto her, and we'll start doing the phase 2 and everything, but let's go ahead and get her costume. So I'm going to go ahead and erase part of the stick figure. And I drew it a little lighter, this version, like you should always try to draw a little bit light. This way it'll be a lot easier to erase. And sometimes if it works part of the costume, I can always keep it, you know. When you do some stuff, you can always look at a picture to help you out if you can remember some stuff. Now, sometimes there are some details on the superhero suits that I don't remember and I may forget. So once in a while, I will have like a picture. But, you know, I try not to trace over it because, you know, that's someone else's art. But, you know, you want to try to make your own original art as you can. Right there. So, add fingernails. And there are different versions you can always do. If you saw in Superman and Batman, you can do Red Sun version. I drew a Red Sun version, which is the Russian type, and also draw some new 52 ones. That's the new current one. But today we're going to do the regular classic ones. So I'm going to draw Wonder Woman's. We're going to start her bracelets right there. And they're just simple, right? When you do those, make sure you measure up for the curve. The curve part is very important, because if it's just flat, then your image is flat. You want to try to give like, you know, some detail with the curves. And that's how some of it can go a little over than the outside figure, because this way it creates more of a depth thing. They're not just too flat. Get across right there. That's the way it shows. And then we're going to start with her white amazing suit, so we're going to kind of just give curve right there. Then a W part right there. So keep in mind this is going to say Wonder Woman on top. She has a giant W on there. And bam. And then we'll add, like, go back and do the same. And then the same again. Now some where kind of the W kind of pops out just a little bit right here, so you can always do that. And then she has the part where it connects, like her golden part of the lasso. That where it holds her lasso. Now some of it I've seen versions where she just kind of connects it up and then connect down right there. And then we'll draw her lasso in a bit. Now we're going to draw her the Star Spangled part of her suit. Now you can add a bunch of different stars on it. Like classic Wonder Woman has like a lot on it. Some just have 2 right here and some have 3. We're going to draw like at least 3. Keep in mind stars don't have to be perfect. I can't really make perfect stars, so you know. I'm good at some stuff, but some stuff I'm not the best at. But just try your best. You can always just like do, you know, this if you want to, and then just erase in the middle. You can always do that. Sometimes I do that. I cheat. It's okay. Okay. And then we fix up her boot, so we're going to have a curve right there. Right there. And when I said this part could work, I can use it like a line. Right there. And right there. And the same thing right here. Just give a curve up, curve down. There, try to get as even as you can, and if not, it's alright. Curve, and then there you go. So we got the basic part of Wonder Woman. Actually, I think it's a little too big. It's a little. It makes her look too hulky. It's like if we were doing a female Hulk, yes, there's a girl Hulk, you know, we could always do that, but it just looks a little off for me. Yeah. Curve. No, curve. Now. Okay. So now we're gonna work on her face, and then we'll go back to her hair. She's gonna have. She wears a tiara, like right around here. So it'll be just simple there, kind of give her, and then we can go over the hair. Now, the way they have their version of hair is kind of long and slender. We may make it different, so I can show you different ways of it. Another star in between. And right here on the lines right here, if you see my lines, this is where the eyes go. This is where the mouth is going to be at. So we have her looking this way, so. Draw the eyes. Now we add the details. Nose. And her mouth is going to be different from the regular ones, because she does have, her lips are more noticeable rather than the male superheroes. So all you have to do on that is just kind of go over and kind of right there, add a little thing for teeth, and there you go. It may look a little funny at first because when I sometimes draw it, it does look a little funny, but that's okay. So we're gonna add the eyeball pupil and go a little heavier, go with your pencil to add her eyelashes. And if it goes over, it's okay. And then her eyebrows. They can kind of build more of her face over. And her ear. Lined right there. And then she usually has an earring for a star, or a star for an earring, or a dot. You can always add whatever you want. I know classic one did, so. Yeah, she looks funny. I know some people thinking she looks real funny because she's bald-headed right now. But we're going to fix that right now, so don't worry. And for her hair, we can just add, top right there. Or we can go right around here. Give some wave. And then we'll just erase that part. Because, yeah, it looks a little funny. It even looks funny to me right now. So, if it doesn't look funny at first, then you're not doing drawing right. So, that's the perfect way to say it sometimes. You can always make out mistakes. This is kind of the hairstyle that they mostly have. Usually they give a more wavy type or real serious slender part on it, so it just depends on what type of drawing they do for Wonder Woman. And then there we go. Connect it over. More detail right there. This way we want her to look, this way. Always make sure when you're looking for a subject, trying to make her look where you want her to look. Okay. Okay. So we can add some more details to her. We are going to add her lasso, and it's usually just a little string right there. So add one, then go back, another part, go back. Same thing right there. You kind of can play with your line, know where it's going to be. Okay. Just so you know that it's not just everywhere. And just, this is going to be yellow, so when you do that, just give that curve there. You can always add a shield right here. That's more because she is a Greek Amazon. You can add a shield. You can add a sword right here. For this version, I'm not going to do it for this one. Maybe in the final part I will, just so I can give some more of that feel to it. But you can always do that. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to show you the final product and the coloring of what it looks like. And as you see that I've already did all the coloring and details. This volume we're trying with show you how to do value. So if you notice that the reds are darker, the yellows, the blues. In Justice League Unlimited, usually this part is black, but I decided to add blue so I could show the different comparison. With the skin tones, you can always just do a lighter one and then a pink for this one, just so you can get the highlights and the dark tones. You're going to add more to it as well if you have more markers. So I just wanted to show you how to do value. Now when you do color, make sure you get every little detail tip, okay? It's kind of hard, especially if you're using like a really thin Sharpie. I did that for the outlines right here, the lighter red, because my other light red is kind of gone. Also make sure you watch your hands because on some stuff, because I had this and then it kind of got smeared off, so just kind of watch out for that if you do get to use manga pens. Again, I could show you which ones I got. I have Sharpies, I have Copics, I have Tombow. Yeah, I can tell that's T or O, so I can't really tell. And that's what I did. This is one I use for the skin tone, so it's 850, and the pink one is 800. So you just have to look at the detail on that. So, and so there you have it. This is Wonder Woman from Justice League Unlimited, with a few minor details on it. The next few episodes, we're going to do some more. We're going to move on to the Flash, Green Lantern, Hawk Girl, Martian Manhunter, and a bunch of others before we get into our next curriculum. So yeah, please subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, check us out and subscribe. A lot more new episodes are going to come your way. Yeah, so thank you for watching.